Hey everyone, I hope everybody's doing well. And I've been thinking a little bit about the message that I wanted to bring to you guys today. And, what I find that I'm hearing the most of right now is people that basically are feeling probably a little bit scared. And it's uncomfortable. They're telling me that they're feeling uncomfortable, not really or not really knowing how to feel, and that's making them feel uncomfortable um, because nobody really knows, how this is all going to play out. The situation is new for everybody. So I thought that I would, kind of start this out with you guys to put out there that it's okay to have whatever feelings it is that you're having. Um, it's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to feel a little bit out of control, right? That makes sense based on what we're all kind of going through. So, as we all kind of learn to navigate a new normal, I would encourage you to remind yourself that whatever feelings you are feeling throughout the day, don't put a judgment on them, right? Don't beat yourself up for maybe feeling like you have this neighbor that got 15 projects done and they're homeschooling their kids and they have a full schedule written out and everything seems to be falling totally into place. We can have a tendency to judge ourselves and say, why aren't I handling the situation in that way? And I could be handling this better. Um, so really, one of the main points that I want to kind of drive home is to take a minute and remind yourself that it's okay to accept your feelings for what they are. Um, you don't have to feel like a victim to your feelings. They are just feelings. And this kind of leads me into the next point I have here, which is that as most of us are feeling out of control, I want to go ahead and remind you that we actually always, in every situation, have control over something. And that control is the control of our thought process and our reaction, right? It's how we react to something, how we respond to something. Um, Maybe that sounds simple for some of you. Maybe that sounds a little bit hard. The idea is that in every situation that you're in, you do have the choice to show up in any way that you want. Um, as an example, let's say, a lot of us have kids, a lot of us are dealing with the homeschool and the virtual schooling right now, right? So, let's say that, we're a week in, our patience is a little bit thin, and one of the kids, breaks something or makes a mess. We might not have the patience in that moment that we had a week ago when we were kind of, the kids were at school and we were at work, or maybe, you work from home, or maybe you're a homemaker, or whatever it is, you have this patience set aside to be able to deal with your kids. And now we're all kind of on top of each other and there's frenetic energy there, right? So the kid does something, makes a mess, you're feeling yourself getting riled up. You feel yourself being angry, right? And it's easy to explode. It's easy to just let that just kind of bubble out of you, right? And you have this reaction, right? You react. And maybe it doesn't go well. Maybe you feel good for a split second to kind of just let the bomb out. But how good do you usually feel after that's done? I know for me, when I get upset and I yell at the kids, within a minute of doing that, I feel like I could have done better. I could have responded in a different way and not been a prisoner to my reaction, right? So I think what I'm trying to leave you with here is the thought of this experience is happening, right? You can feel like it's happening to you. And when you feel like something is happening to you, it immediately makes you feel like a victim. It makes you feel out of control. So, what I would put to you is to ask yourself, what is my choice in this situation? How can I choose to show up differently? So, for the next couple of days, I've been sort of thinking about, a couple of questions that you guys might want to think about. Maybe you have a journal. You can definitely write it in a journal. Maybe you can just grab a piece of paper. If you're a mental thinker, then you can just sort of think on these questions. Maybe you want to have a conversation with a friend and sort of marinate on it in a conversational way, which is fine. So this is what I would ask you. I would tell you first to think about, well, for you to really sort of describe the situation happening as you see it right now. How does it feel for you? How would you describe it, right? What is the reality for you right now? The second question would be, how are you reacting to the situation right now? How are you showing up currently? Be honest and be okay with whatever those answers are, because that's your truth in this moment, right? So after you answer those two things, I want you to think about, the question is, what do I want my perspective of this situation to be? How can I choose to show up in a more positive way? How is how I'm showing up right now affecting my family dynamic, affecting my overall well-being? So those are questions that you can think through. I would love to have your feedback on, what you think about this thought process. I would love, if some of you are willing to share your insights. That would be amazing. There is a button on the page where you can send feedback that I will get, and then I can actually talk a little bit about the feedback that I did get. The next time a video posts in a couple days. So take some time, do some reflection. I speak from experience. I do this a lot. I think you'll be surprised what you come up with. And my big question of the day today for you guys to think about, and I'd love to have some answers if some of you are willing to send me some feedback, would be, what are you learning about yourself through this experience? And until I see you guys again, I wish you all well, and hang in there. I'll see you soon, and have a great rest of the day.